Safe Alliance is Austin's leading organization helping survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, and trafficking escape abuse and rebuild their lives. Right now in Austin, 88 people are waiting for Safe's emergency shelter. Nearly 40 of them are children. If every person in the Austin Metro gave just $1 a month, it would house 1,000 people every night. So start your monthly gift today at safeaustin.org/citycastgives. That's SAFEAUSTIN.org/citycastgives. $1, huge impact. We all know Texas weather is crazy. Whether it's our uncomfortably warm summers or our crazy freezes in the winter, the one thing that's consistent is those ridiculously high electric bills. New windows could help change that. And right now, Window Nation is having a buy 4, get 4 windows free sale. You can also get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Plus, Window Nation's windows come with a lifetime warranty. So, schedule a fast, free estimate now at windownation.com. Today on CityCast Austin, we are rolling out something new. Now, we know y'all love our Friday news roundups. Well, now we're going to have Tuesday news roundups. And today we're talking about how Austin fared during the recent storm, reports of ice in town, and we're going to share some of your recent emails and comments. It's Tuesday, January 27th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello, I am here with our fantastic producer, Alyssa Castles. What's up, Alyssa?
Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. And our wonderful executive producer, Eva Ruth Moravec. What's up, Eva Ruth?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, well, so you may have noticed that we had some weather incidences this weekend. I am actually speaking to you from a cozy little hotel room in New Orleans because your girl got stuck and couldn't come home because of this weather that Austin's been having.
Nikki Ted Cruz'd us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what?
She sure did.
You are so funny. One of my friends was like, oh, so you just go Ted Cruz and go to New Orleans? Listen, we had these plans to go to New Orleans before Fern ever came around. Fern surprised us all.
Fern.
That's her name.
Wow, I didn't even know that was the name.
Evidently, that's her name.
That's actually like a very cute name.
I know. A little freeze, little something, little cold shoulder for Fern.
Fernsky.
A little bit, little something.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all, Austin is thawing out after this Arctic storm came into town on Saturday, blanketing the city in ice. And evidently, y'all got up to an inch of sleet in parts of Austin, as well as up to 2/10 of freezing rain. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like a lot when you're in Texas. Yesterday remained super cold, and today we're getting back to normal a little bit. It's still cold as hell.
Yeah, it's been chilly. It's been dicey. The roads have been very dangerous. This black ice is quite slippery for both vehicles and for people who are walking around on foot. And because the temperatures are cold and the roads are so dangerous, Austin ISD and the University of Texas at Austin are both closed again today, along with quite a few other schools, universities, etc. And there are other late starts and other closures as well throughout town. So make sure you just check before you go out somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that one thing that I heard in a press conference that city and county officials held together on Sunday was that we kind of dodged a bullet because we did get more sleet than frozen rain. If we had had more freezing rain, that would have like covered the power lines and the trees and all of that and been really, really messy for a lot of different reasons. Instead, we got this sleet, which was mainly the problem on the road. So I don't know. It was kind of crazy. Things have been very quiet. Like, I feel like our roadways are very quiet.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Listen, looking at the streets, I'm like, where is everybody?
Yeah. Yeah. It's smart. I mean, they should not be out. It seemed like people were actually paying attention. And to your point, Nikki, there were many cancellations on Sunday and Monday at the airport. They had to close one of the runways, and they actually have what the spokesperson described as a Central Texas style snowplow, which is really just a truck with a scooper in the front.
Wow.
Scooping the ice out of the runway.
If we're not gonna do nothing else, we're gonna find ingenuity. We're gonna figure it out in Texas.
Yes. We got this. So yeah.
I saw the HEB provided food for folks in like 3 different shelters. Walmart gave the homeless strategy office about $5,000 for supplies. We also found out that, unfortunately, one unhoused man was found dead at a former Shell station at I-35 and 38th and a half on Sunday morning, presumably of hypothermia. So cold weather shelters, they'll be open until late today. And they've been well used so far, too, which is great. I love when people use the warming shelters. But it looks like by the end of this week, we'll be good to go, right?
Oh, yeah. We are definitely thawing out. We're on the mend now. The cold weather shelters, you're absolutely right about all of that. And I know that it was really hard on staff from the homeless strategy office to learn that this person passed away, because they were really trying to get people into these cold weather shelters, knowing that there's no way. I mean, outside it was like in the teens, single digits, a crazy wind chill. So yeah, it was really, really dangerous.
I mean, it was crazy when I saw yesterday. It's still, you're still in the 20s there. You're still in the 20s for the low. And honestly, for the rest of the week, we'll be dipping between high 20s, low 30s, and then back down to high 20s through the week. So it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster. But sun, there'll be some sun. For me, I can take the cold a little bit better if there's some sun mixed in it.
Definitely.
Yeah. And up to 60 by next week. So, we coming out of it.
Hallelujah. That's a very quick Texas storm.
Yeah, I got to say, it was cute to see all the videos of people sledding. I saw one video of a man straight up skiing. He had skis on the little packs of ice and snow. I was like, this is adorable. I love this.
Ice skating on the roads. I saw that too.
I've seen a lot of ASMR videos of the crunching of the ice. People just posting the sound.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is AI or not, but I did see another guy being pulled behind a car at the Pennybacker Bridge. I don't know if that was AI.
Oh my God, that seems very dangerous.
It seems very dangerous.
Okay, well, not to be that guy, but it is dangerous. And I mean, I think that a lot of people, on Sunday was a snow day. I think people were like, all right, cool. We're playing in the snow and we're staying inside. And then things sort of melted a little bit Sunday, afternoon, evening, but then they just refroze again overnight because the temperatures got cold again. So it was just more ice. And so Monday morning was screwed again. But yeah, I did see that there was a fatal sledding accident in Frisco.
Are you serious? Oh my God.
Near Dallas. So this isn't, thankfully this wasn't around Austin, but it was kids driving
oh my God.
A truck, and somebody's holding on to the back in a sled. And I mean, this ice is really dangerous. And that's why all you need to do is try to walk around in it to realize this will break your neck.
Yeah. I had to hold on to parts of my fence to walk around because it was just so slippery.
And also, I think this is the last thing I'm going to say about this, because I was in my feelings a little bit watching all of the people make fun of us again, making fun of Texans again for struggling in this weather. But here's the thing that people do not understand. We don't have basic shit to handle this kind of stuff. So we don't have the shoes. We don't have the coats. We don't have any of the basic things that people that get this weather all the time have. And so that is why you see people falling. That is why you see people not knowing how to walk. That's why you see people not knowing how to drive. We don't have all of the tools that y'all have to weather this, to deal with this kind of weather. We don't have the chains. We don't have the studs in our tires. We don't have any of that, right? So it's give us a break. When stuff like this happens, we are like, what is going on? And And it doesn't happen enough for us to invest in thousands and thousands of dollars worth of gear just in case something happens. And so, one influencer was like, we did not sign up for this kind of weather. And so, we live in Texas for a reason. We do not want this kind of weather. So Canada, come get your weather out of our yard. Your weather is in our yard. Come and get it. We're done.
That's so funny.
What the guy said on the internet, and he is right. We're over it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, don't come after us for not knowing how to deal with this. Go away.
We're doing the best we can. So what grade would y'all give the city, like, on how it handled this storm?
I mean, I feel like it was like a solid B+. Personally, I felt like they were fairly prepared. I think like my only like gripe is like, I know Austin isn't great about plowing streets just because we don't have the equipment. But just like as someone I lived in New York for so long, coming back to Texas, I'm like, I don't understand why we can't just put a ton of salt on the roads like constantly. So because salt helps melt the ice. So I was just like, why are our roads still so slippery? And that's just something maybe I just don't understand myself. So, but I'm just like, what's going on? But otherwise, I think like they did a great job. They were prepared. They handled it well. They did their best. B+.
B+. Okay.
B+ is solid. What about you, Eva Ruth?
I'm going to give them an A. I think I would say for what they could control. I think there were things that were outside of the city's control. One, we already talked about how we kind of lucked out. The road stuff, Alyssa, I do know that there was a lot of de-icing that happened before all the rain fell. So it got washed away, unfortunately, which that was not great. But I think like what the city did do, I think was like communicate really well and be on top of the cancellations. I think that was a really smart thing to make sure that people were not getting out on the roads unnecessarily. Like a lot of stuff was canceled on Monday, pretty early in the day on Sunday, like UT classes, AISD, the city and county both told people not to come into work if they could avoid it, that sort of thing, which I do think was smart and keeping people off the streets. So good job, Austin.
Nice.
This
got
time.
A B+ and an A. Y'all killed it. Murder on the Orient Express steams onto the Zach Theater stage January 21st through March 1st with intrigue, elegance, and jaw-dropping 1930s grandeur. Agatha Christie's iconic whodunit is packed with twists, deception, and edge-of-your-seat suspense. Now, if you've never heard of Murder on the Orient Express, let me paint a picture. A glittering evening turns deadly. A body is discovered, tensions rise, secrets spill, and suddenly everyone aboard this luxurious train becomes a suspect in a brilliantly crafted murder mystery. This is perfect for fans of mystery, elegance, classic drama, and immersive high-stakes storytelling. It's a spectacular night out for date nights, group outings, and anyone really craving a world-class whodunit. And it's on stage now at Zach Theater. So get your tickets now at zachtheater.org. Fun is in the air this February in Brenham. Sneak away for a couples weekend and get cozy with some real Texas charm in their historic walkable downtown where you can take your pick of wine bars, breweries, and restaurants. But listen to these cute events that caught my eye. You can check out Hack Winery and sip your way through the world's first video mapping wine tasting experience. Every weekend features either live music, karaoke, or music trivia. And on February 14th, there will be music bingo featuring love songs. Or you could catch a performance of William Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers, Romeo and Juliet, at the Dr. W.W. O'Donnell Performing Arts Center. And those are just two of the many options. Brenham shines bright all year long. So plan your getaway now at visitbrenhamtexas.com. On top of dealing with this cold-ass weather and slippery ass ice and black ice and all kinds of other stuff, Austinites have also been increasingly anxious about immigration officers, especially after the officers in Minneapolis shot and killed a 37-year-old man at a protest on Saturday. The person shot the 37-year-old was Alex Preddy. He was an ICU nurse in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
So before things got really dangerous on the roads on Saturday, people held 2 protests in town. The second protest of the day took place outside of a Hyatt in Austin, where ICE officers were are rumored to be staying. And people are also concerned about online rumors circulating that ICE was going to be present at the city's cold weather shelters, which is some like bullshit. So off top, Mayor Watson put out a statement on Twitter Saturday evening saying officials had been in contact with ICE and he said, quote, ICE does not have operations focused on warming center or cold weather sheltering facilities. Officials have also been told that operations are regular ICE operations and that agents are not coming into Austin from other areas and checking into local hotels. That did not make me feel better, but
yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
I do think he needed to address the shelter part.
Of course,
I think that was
yes,
and that did feel like the right thing. Like, okay, the city is still in charge of the shelters. Thank you.
Right.
You know.
Right. So these protests were organized by Indivisible Rosedale Huddle, and they're committed to nonviolent action. And they call them pop-up protests, and they took place on sidewalks. There's another group called Watermelon Ice Watch. They organized their evening protests after unconfirmed reports said that the Hyatt was hosting multiple ICE agents on their property. And I saw some videos of that. And
the protests?
Of the protests, yeah. Again, it's like whistles, screaming, stuff like that.
Inflatables.
Lots of Texas Democrats are also responding to the shooting. State Rep James Tallarico and Representative Jasmine Crockett during their debate Saturday threw out heated comments. Tallarico said, quote, it's time to tear down this secret police force, while Crockett said that ICE agents were, quote, turning us into Nazi Germany. And we've been hearing kind of this comparison for a while now, and it ain't far off.
It's a big time because Jasmine Crockett and James Tallarico are both running in the primary for Senator John Cornyn's seat.
Right.
Early voting is going to get underway here in a couple weeks. So get registered. But yeah, those comments that you mentioned were from a debate that they had for this primary. So they're all, and you thought this was politicized before we're headed into this primary season. It is.
Yeah. Watch out.
Everything everyone says should be scrutinized. Are they running for office? What kind of skin in the game do they have here? Who are they trying to convince? You know, like it's that time of year that we just have to be skeptical of anything and everything.
Meanwhile, you got these 2 bobos last week, the 2 Democratic Texas representatives, Representative Henry Cuellar, who represents South Texas and parts of San Antonio, and Representative Vincente Gonzalez from like deep South Texas, like Matamoros, Harlingen, on the border, Padre. They broke party and joined the Republicans in funding DHS, which included $10 billion with a B, $10 billion for ICE.
Yeah, rough. That's a rough look. I think it's especially interesting because that part of Texas did see a flip towards Trump in the last election. So it's an interesting move, probably more politically for their part. It seems that they voted for this package to please their voters, perhaps.
There is this term that I don't know. I learned it from my dad. I don't know where he learned it from, but it's all skin folk ain't kinfolk, right? So it means like just because you are the same race as someone, it does not mean that they have your best interest in heart. And I am fascinated. I'm fascinated by how you could, in clear conscience, vote against like the best interest of people that you are, that look like, not just look like you, but that you are them. They are you, you are them. They live on the other side of the border, sure, or they live on other borders, but like that is still a part of your heritage and who you are. And so I'm always so confused when I see, these smiling photos of these 2 clearly Mexican people are just like, yep, 10 billion, $10 billion. Yep. I want
Right.
that's going to specifically affect people like me, tear apart families, keep people away from their families, and predominantly where I serve. Like
Right.
it's blowing my mind. I would love to have like a conversation with someone who's way more knowledgeable about that and the Latinx community at large. Just like how we get here. How are there people in South Texas voting for Trump?
Yeah, it's a super complex
It's so
thinking
complex.
pattern.
I feel the same way when
Yeah.
Black people vote for Trump. I'm like, what are you doing, girl? The killer is in the room. What are you doing? What's happening? So yeah, anyways, I'm fascinated by this. How do y'all think Austinites in general, what are y'all hearing in y'all's friend groups about the news in Minneapolis? Like, how are our fellow Austinites feeling based on what y'all can see?
I definitely think it's like taking over the moment right now. I mean, rightfully so. It was a very alarming video that was posted online of his killing, of this man's killing. And I do think it's gotten people really nervous about what that could mean for here. And I think that's probably how those rumors probably started, of the more ICE agents coming into town and targeting shelters, because it does sound true just based on what we've seen. And I'm glad we're working hard to dispel any of those rumors, just to kind of settle people down and calm us down a little bit. But I do think it's like everyone is on high alert, it seems, regarding what we've all collectively been watching and seeing online of what's happening in Minneapolis, in my opinion, at least. I don't know if that's true for you guys.
Yeah, I think that people have just kind of hit their limit. I mean, we even have seen now Texas Governor Greg Abbott scrutinizing what is going on in Minneapolis. Yesterday morning, he was on the Mark Davis show in Dallas, and he said that the White House needs to, quote, recalibrate the mission of ICE, and that's immigration and customs enforcement.
Interesting.
And that they really need to get back to removing people who are here illegally. And then on Sunday, I don't know if y'all saw this, but we also saw Republican Representative Michael McCall, who represents Austin. He was one of the first Texas Republicans in Congress to actually call for an investigation into the shooting. And he is urging both sides to also temper their responses to the escalating tension. And you know, he is the former chair of the House Homeland Security Committee, and he's like pushing for more scrutiny of what's going on, which I think that, one thing that really is sticking out to me that I'm hoping that Texan lawmakers are picking up on too is just the lying. Like I've seen multiple angles of this shooting, and I'm sure that you guys have too. And then you hear on, the Sunday morning talk shows, the administration was sticking with this, this account of what they claim happened. And it's like, how do we handle lying at this point? I mean, when we can see for our own eyes in these multiple angles of videos what happened, it's like, so I'm feeling that rage. I'm seeing more of that kind of come out, like this disbelief of like we're being gaslit as Americans right now by the administration of what people are seeing and hearing for themselves. When I see Republicans coming out and saying this kind of stuff, like, okay, we're not afraid anymore. This is important enough. Like McCall said, he's an attorney and a former federal prosecutor, and he really needs this thorough investigation. He thinks this is important. And yeah, so I feel like something might be changing, but I'm also always an optimist.
Yeah, I think the NRA even put out a statement against the lies that they saw. I think someone had said, if you're carrying a gun with you at a protest, there's a high likelihood that you're going to get possibly shot by law enforcement. And the NRA responded saying that's like a very dangerous thing to say.
This pulls to mind for me the whole Garrett Foster, Daniel Perry thing. Right. In Texas,
yes,
things are a little different. I'm not trying to make us, but it's like we already have this culture of people carrying guns all the time, broad daylight, whenever they want to. We already have this culture of people inserting themselves in protests. We already have this culture of people feeling like they can shoot at will. And so now you add to that ICE, who are masked. People don't know who they are. It feels like a recipe for destruction.
In case you didn't know about this, Garrett Foster was part of the Black Lives Matter protest scene, in 2020 in Austin. And he was marching in a protest with a gun that he was rightfully, legally carrying. And there was a car driven by Daniel Perry that kind of got in the middle of the protest, and they had a confrontation. And in the end, Daniel Perry shot and killed Garrett Foster.
If you have ICE agents who are trigger happy, then you got regular ass Texans that are trigger happy. Then you have protesters that also carry because they need to protect themselves. It's like, it feels to me like it's like a recipe for disaster. It really, really, that's what I'm more concerned. Yeah, I don't know what Minnesota's gun stuff is like, but I do know in Texas, guns. Everybody got guns.
Guns galore.
Guns galore. And so I'm really interested in how that is going to play out. You know what I mean? Like, that is what's in the front of my brain. It's just like, this man totally shot someone. The governor pardoned him.
He was found guilty by a jury here in Travis County, and then our governor pardoned him.
These are two civilian people. You add ICE into that, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I hadn't thought of the direct similarities to and differences too, because, when it comes to Alex Preddy, he had a gun legally carrying, it was concealed. So it's even less of a threat than one that, like, some people would say that even like carrying a gun outwardly is a way to show some use of force. Like, to me, that's like a little bit of an aggressive, like, visual.
If you're someone who's deciding to participate in protests and you are seeing ICE officers fatally shoot innocent people, like, I feel like more people would want to carry their guns, possibly.
Yeah. And now that Texas, I say now, but in 2021, we changed our law. So people over 21 can carry a handgun in their holster without a permit, right? Yep. So like, we have these really lax gun laws here. And the idea of these trigger-happy ICE agents coming into the city, it just, it makes me nervous. But we'll, of course, keep an eye on this, just because I think that right now it is kind of on top of everybody's mind, and it affects everybody. So
definitely.
Y'all know how I'll be asking y'all about what you think about different things that we talk about on CityCast Austin. It's like my favorite thing. I'm nosy. I like to hear what y'all think. Lately, y'all been listening and letting us know what you think. Woo-hoo. And I love that. I love that. Y'all making my day with this. So we wanted to share a few things we've heard from our listeners and readers lately. So after a Friday News Roundup where we talked about the design that city officials have decided on for dirty old 6th Street, we heard from neighbor Sam S., who's a cyclist, and had something to say about the lack of bicycle lanes in the final plan. Sam says, quote, "It's bugging me, the focus on bike lanes on 6th, when there is a fantastic bike lane on 4th. It's protected from the old power plant to the metro on Saltillo Station. If you're on wheels, 2 blocks is nothing, and having biking on 6th is a mistake. Tourists will bike in the sidewalk anyway and be yelled at. It's weird they included it in the options. Appreciate y'all." Sam, you're right. I agree with you 100%.
I agree with you too. That's a great point, Sam. Thanks for bringing it to our attention.
That's a great point. Ain't nobody trying to bike on 6th Street. Ain't nobody trying to do that. That's gross.
Yeah.
And all the 6th Street gravy. Yep. Don't nobody want that on their tires.
The gravy.
Yeah, exactly. Gravy. That's great.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
We agree, Sam. We agree.
Yeah. I like that Sam picked up on that, and wanted to put us in our place a little bit. Because I remember we were like, how could they not have bike lanes? This is Austin. What are they thinking?
Well, so many people around Austin were so furious about it. So, Sam, get the word out. Spread your gospel.
Sam has saved
not needing it. Should we go to the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So our next item, we don't do a lot of sports coverage aside from the occasional Texas Longhorns story, but Jessica L., another CityCast Austin neighbor, recently wrote to us to put Austin's professional women's volleyball team on our radar. It's called Love Austin, spelled LOVB, Love Austin. And here's what Jessica said, quote, "They are in their second year and they actually won the whole thing last year. I think lots of people in town don't know they exist." So
accurate.
I did not know that until
is
she wrote that.
amazing. I did not know that. This is amazing.
And I think women's volleyball is awesome. It's really fun to watch.
I mean, it is definitely fun to watch for me personally. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
The strength, the
Strong
power,
women hitting balls. Yes.
the sounds.
Yeah, I like that too.
So yeah, we're going to have a link to Love Austin's schedule in our show notes. So
Hell
if y'all are
yeah.
interested, go to one of their games.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So
That's
fun.
awesome.
The only thing I don't like about it is the B in their name, which really freaking throws me off.
Very confusing.
It's VB. It's VB though. Volleyball. VB. LOVB. Volleyball. Come on, y'all.
Okay, VB. Okay, now I don't hate it. All right.
It makes so much more
Now
sense.
I love it.
I love
It's so
be
clever.
it.
It's so clever.
Well, one more thing we've been hearing a lot from people is about the gift that keeps on giving, the City of Austin's new logo, the wavy A. You heard all about it here in an episode last year. It's been months at this point. But this thing, people cannot stop giving us feedback about it. And our Instagram account right now especially is full of these comments, which can continue to make me laugh and be put in my place at the same time. So the post was about, was this redesign really worth $1.1 million? We've got from Scoop 3344224 says, "Complete waste of money. Must be fraud. The trash cans are still the same," which made me laugh because they're paying attention. The city is supposed to be replacing the logos on everything from trash cans to trash trucks to T-shirts and everything else. We got another comment from Murto Sophia. They didn't spend $1 million on a logo. They spent $200K on a rebrand. I hate it too, but let's not misreport the facts. And that's true. If you listen to the episode, we go into exactly what that $1.1 million is spent on. And it was just $200,000 on that piece of it. But in the redesign, they also changed names of departments and all kinds of other stuff. So good point, Myrto Sophia. And then finally, the other one that I'll point out is from Jerry.Slayton, who says, quote, "It's worth more, way more."
Oh my gosh.
I just like to hear a wavy A stan in the group. So yeah, people have different opinions about the logo still, and they continue to crack me up. And we thank you for sharing your opinions with us.
Keep coming at us with your hot takes, you guys.
I like Evil Mopak's response of $1.10. That's it.
Our little cynic. We love him.
Listen, if y'all have something you want to share with us here at CityCast Austin, just send us an email. austin@citycast.fm, or you can leave us a voicemail at 512-200-2227. And we mean it. We love hearing from y'all.
That's right.
Eva Ruth, Alyssa, thank you so much for rounding up this weekend's news with me on our first TNR.
Boo, boo, boo.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. If you enjoyed the show, tell your friends, talk to us, call us, rate our show, leave us a review, and as always, subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. If you have not subscribed to our newsletter, girl, what are you doing? It's so good. And if you really love us and you love everything that we do and you love all of the stuff that we do, support us. Become a neighbor. Go to membership.citycast.fm and see all the cute shit that you'll get for being our neighbor. We will be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.